First of all, guys, I want to say that it's the second day of the conference and the very end of the day. So I understand that the people who came here should be really interested in this quite very specific topic. That's why I really love it to see you here. So, yeah, thanks for the presentation. But usually people love to know who is this guy here. So let's follow. Yep. As said, I am Gameloft producer and with game design experience, but a small humble note. This presentation was written not just, well, by me, but this is experience of many, many mighty few Gameloft producers. And literally, it was written in blood of many Gameloft producers. So I think it could be quite useful for anyone who is going to make some transitions, or I should keep it closer, yeah? Anyone who gonna making some game operation and transitions. So without further ado, let's go. First of all, what the heck is game operation? Number one, you receive already released game, and you are responsible for all KPIs of this game. The most important, the money that comes in. You may think that how do I receive this game? Yes, there are two options. You may develop this game and then you follow and operating this game. Yes, I speak about mobile game, usually free to play, but sometimes you may receive this game from another team. It happens, yes. And it means transition. So the first few slides will be about the transition and hips and things how to survive this quite not really easy part. So, but the main idea, this game is yours now. Deal with it. Is that all? Oh, no. The main issue, the game is already released. It's like riding a bicycle. It's a constant cadence. You pedaling, pedaling, pedaling. If you stop, well, you fall. That's it. And the fun part of the transition, you should jump on somebody's bicycle, and then this person jump off this bicycle. And you shouldn't fall. Easy? Well, not really. So that's what was written there. Yeah. Guys, you are already a bit screwed. You have to run somebody's game for them. So the main idea, you technically can't take a breath. And so the most important part, it's mindset. So how are you going to get your game on board? Well, the first step, you're going to gather some information. Gather some information about the game. It's very important stage because exactly on this stage, you can solve many, many issues that may hinder you in the long run. What I mean? Yes, I mean red flags. How can you identify red flags? Well, it's a gut feeling. It's an experience. It could be, for example, something very easy. Raise the rocks? No, it doesn't. Okay, no big deal. For example, the game lacks the core documentation. Is it a red flag? Yeah, it's a red flag. Was the previous team quit? Maybe half of the previous team quit the production. Yeah, it's also a red flag. At that point, you can check the main KPIs. I wrote them there. But what can you do with this? First, you can alarm any issue you found to the initial team or to your top management. Do this. And second, you at least prepare for inevitable. So the work begins, and you start. Yes. The previous team, yes, they made some plans about their game. They prepared them. And yes, they know their game much better than you because you just got their game, their game and try to look for some bad red flags there. And first of all, learn the exact game with your economy, better game designers. You as a project manager, you have to do this. And as fast as possible, offer your plan to previous team and try to approve the planning with them. But it's for the very, very beginning. It's just very, very raw understanding. It's still the transition. So the second part already comes to actual operation or maybe evolution as we name it in Gameloft. No matter, maybe you develop this game. Maybe you receive this game from another studio, another team. It was maybe on another floor, or it could be from Indonesia. Who knows? Game has its own, very own specific game content pipelines. At the very beginning, you should understand those pipelines, especially content pipelines. Comprehend this architecture and learn them. For example, your game is about cats. Yes, I love cats, so let's talk about cats. You make 3D model of the cat, and then you sell these cats for your customers, your players. Yeah. So you should understand the people you use for making cats, artists, 3D designers, and so on and so on. That's the pipeline. At this point, you may think, maybe I have too many 2D designers, and you should exchange them with another team, outsource your existing resources to another teams, and again, maybe outsource other resources from them. Yes, that it works. And another very important pillar. Be sure to connect your top important influencers of your team. For example, you know them. If you have your team, you know who are the most important guys in your team, and connect them with the most important guys in that team. That would help. That would help a lot. The top important thing is to make this connection as personal as possible. Yes, if you stay in one city, it's much easier. It's another side of the globe. It's much harder, but, well, it's your job now. Do it. So you understood the pipeline. Great, great. The time has come to actually rework this. Why? Because we live in an ever-changing environment. You developed a plan this morning. This evening it's totally outdated. You can throw it away. Maybe not. So find bottlenecks in their pipeline, or maybe your pipeline you developed 6 months ago when you was developing this game. It was a great idea. No, it doesn't work right now. And find them, remove them. As I said previously, your team may differ. Embrace it or change it. And prioritization and delegation. It's super important. But without it, you're gonna die, because you can't just pedaling all this project on your own. But what was the purpose of understanding pipeline, reworking pipeline, approving it with previous team? This. Your damn very first update. You see, you received the game. It's already live. It's working. And you're already riding this bicycle, and the very first update should happen maybe month, 2 months, 3 months, depends on pipeline, but usually it's 1 or 2 months after the release. So you have just this amount of time to jump on the bicycle and release your very first update. And yes, you should follow this plan. Usually it was plan of previous team, and it's really your honor and reputation, as I wrote there, but actually it's your reputation. It's your head on the stake here. You have to release it. Release first update. I hate overtimes. Overtiming and pushing your people to overtime is bad, because you push someone to overtime for 1 hour, then he will slack for 3. Usual situation. But good tip for the first update: release something, some content. As I said, cats. For example, your game is cats. Release cats. Simple, already existing pipeline, done. Any advanced features, not the first update. First update, some content, you sell it, you make some money, because we are here to make money. It's quite cynical, but yeah, we are making money here. And good. You're working on your first update, but what you're going to do simultaneously, you're going to do this game analysis. Yeah, because while you are developing your first update, the guys drawing your cats, making other stuff, the time has come. You should learn the game, but you shouldn't learn the game very, very, very deeply. You shouldn't learn the game very deeply before the first delivery, but you should start analyzing it and approving new short terms with, and your team, your game designers especially, have to comprehend and understand the game before before the first release hit the market. That's very, very important. You learn KPIs, you learn data, and at the end of all, you start developing your long-term plan. But what is the purpose of learning the game even deeper? I think it's no-brainer, of course, but because you have to improve it. And you jump into the crossroad of good versus better. The time has come for you to brainstorm this game and understand all previous proposals. As I said previously, we live in an ever-changing environment. The good idea yesterday is a horrible idea today. It happens. And yes, there's no improve button. It's this, the stuff you want to do and the stuff you want to use to improve the game. It's the things your team should do with overtiming, with a lot of sweat and a lot of pedaling. It's hard work, so maybe don't overpush your team with many features, at least for the first 2-3 updates. And yes, as I said, and I would tell it for many times, make it simple. Your top pillar, make money. Feature doesn't make money, throw it away. At least for the beginning. Maybe later you can do something for fun, but at the very beginning, money, money, money. And if you have a top management, and you for sure have top management, no matter you have smaller company, you have huge company, 5 million people from Mars, and you have Marty and top manager, approve it with them. Really, approve it. Approve your plans. It would save your head. At least head, yeah. So, but how we understand? So, this is, as I said, we have a filter, money filter, but how we understand? Does our filter work well? I mean, it brings money, or it doesn't work well, it doesn't bring money. Well, this is it. Yeah, I know. Everybody speaks about data-driven decision. You heard it a lot. Everyone, yeah, we are making data-driven. We are so data-driven. Yep. I heard it a lot of times. But simultaneously, people who speak about data-driven, they usually into divination or truly wishful thinking. I heard from sometimes that the guys whose main work is data and decisions say, I believe this feature will bring us money. There is no I believe in data. There is no I believe in games. No divination. It says there's KPIs. And they say, this will make this. No I believe, no I think, no. Data-driven. Yes, it sounds super bold, but this is it. And any magic solutions, like I believe it's Kagakurt, as I said, in the very, very first line. Yes, it allowed Candy Clash of Clans make $1 trillion. No, it wouldn't work for us. Maybe by some magic chance, but no, it wouldn't work. And so, sometimes, and yes, we understand KPIs, we hate divination, but your top management or any sort of management may jump in and try to segul your development project. Say, okay, we just played GTA, let's add car hijacking, but we make game about pony. No, let's add cars. So, yes, top management may try to interfere your development process. It may happen. What can I say? Just develop some guts. Learn how to protect your team, protect your pipeline, and defend your options. Defend your opinion. So we talk about top management and how they can segul you. It may happen, but how can you do this? You do this way. This way, yeah. Now it works. This is my top favorite slide here. Why? Because everything we have seen in previous slides, it could be done by anyone in your team. Your game designers, your economy designers, your artists, everyone. But this is your damn responsibility as project manager, as producer, as the head of a team. You name it, tons of names. Why? Because it pays a ton. Build personal relationships with anyone, especially if you work in corporate environment, like a huge company. It pays in the long run, it pays in the short run, it pays in the middle run. Sometimes you may find yourself caught in a production. You have tons of cats to produce. You have to manage your artists. No, this is your top, highest prior. Build good relationship with any external teams, and yes, don't be a jerk. It's super important. I think, yeah, it's also no-brainer, but really, please, don't be jerks. Maybe not for you, but for me, please. It really helps, yeah. Because good, as I said, good games are made by good people. But yeah, okay, you installed great communications. You're not a jerk. You're best person ever. But you have to work with your own team. Well, actually quite the same, but what? Team management. So the time has come for your team to do some job to produce this magnificent cat models you're gonna sell for millions. Yes, it's super bold again, just like in data-driven slide. Again, super bold, no-brainer. Be a leader, not a boss. Yeah, yes, you heard it 1 trillion, zillion, million times. But it shocks me so much that people, but still, turn on their jerk mode. What is this? This is super simple. First of all, delegation. He said, why? Delegation, I make people to do some stuff for me? Yes, that's it. And one very important note about delegation, I didn't include it in this slide, but it's very easy to delegate something you don't know how to do. For example, my drawing is horrible, so I know I can easily delegate something to artists. But for example, I came from game design. It's really hard for me to delegate something that I know better. I know that this guy I would make this for 1 hour. This guy would make it for 1 week. Why I should delegate? I should. Otherwise, I would, at the very end of the project, I would die from overwork, and this guy would learn nothing. Do this. It would be hard, it wouldn't be easy, but do this. And yes, responsibility, this is it. Let's name it a gut management. You really have to get, well, guts or, I don't know, cojones, but really grow some. You need it because you have to take responsibilities and do it quite often. Yes, that's it. Avoid idols. You have extra 3 artists. Then outsource them. Let them do any other job. Nothing hits the motivation and people mood than idols. It's horrible. even more horrible than overtimes. Overtimes is physically very demanding, but idles is mentally very demanding. And yes, give feedbacks, very important, because people really craving for feedbacks. Just find 3 minutes to talk to everybody, maybe once a week. It helps in the long run. And motivation. Yes, this is it. Motivation, motivation, motivation. We had so many, we had so much about this, but motivation, yeah. Motivation is good. Yes, it's well-known magic unicorn. Everybody heard about it, nobody's seen it. Yeah, remind your guys, they are awesome. Maybe they are overtiming, they have hard time. Remind them. Tell something good for them, really, because we as the project managers and producers sometimes forget to tell this guy who drawn this magnificent promotion art, or this programmer who fixed this super annoying bug. Just take 2 minutes and come and say, man, you did a great job. I assure you it would be much better than nice bonus. Nice bonus is okay too, but nice motivation, 2 minutes of motivation is great. And yes, sometimes you have to say bad stuff, just take this person and tell it in private. Yes, very bold, obviously no-brainer. I have seen so many times that managers forget about that. And give your team your vision of the project. Sometimes top management wouldn't give it to you. Try to find out and give it to your team. Nobody wants to walk blind and go blind. And as I said again, and I said previously and I said it again, yes, you sometimes have to make tough decisions. You have to fire people. You have to say them quite nasty stuff. Yes, you have to be very tough, but don't be a jerk. Yes, please, as I said. And we are close to the very end. One of my favorite slides, because it's a little bit about production and technical stuff. Bugs. Mobile games, especially games, aren't really bug prone, and bug prioritization is very important, because we may think, okay, what type of bugs we have to fix? We have to fix every bug, or we have to fix the most dangerous bugs, super showstopper bugs? No. We have prioritized bugs, but not their severity, but their importance to your main game KPIs. I mean, money. So, for example, some bug is super nasty. It destroys player's experience. But it replicates on 10 devices, 5 devices. And half of them is in your QA. And 3 of them owned by some merchants. And none of those 10 people pay anything. Screw this bug. No need to fix it. But some maybe minor bug, but it appears on your top device, on your master device. And maybe 99% of your paying users see this bug. Fix this. This one is important. And as I said about motivation, bug fixing, especially long-term bug fixing, especially on bug fixing on during the operation could be super boring. No, ridiculously boring. Cheer up your team. And here's the last one. I was doubted about this slide a bit, just some tips, but as it was mentioned in the name of the presentation, tips and tricks. So we are here. Keep the most important data in your notebook, in Google Store, in Google Keep, anywhere. I wrote about Google Keep and Google Sheets. I have doubts to write about it, because I use them, maybe you don't use them, but they're cool. Use at least anything. And there are a lot of very interesting stuff on this slide. But the second is the top important. As you as a project manager are going to receive a zillion of emails, trillion, and try to make good filters, then filter all this stuff into another folders. It's very important. And so you wouldn't miss some super urgent ASAP end of the day from the biggest boss. That's it. It's very, very important. And last, but not the least, I think is the most important. It was told by many, many lectures. Play your game, really. You manage your game, but play it. So, thank you guys.